Creatine, one of the few supplements worth investing in. Supplements are coming out all the time with various unsubstantiated claims. Their claims are often based on rodent studies, isolated case studies, studies done on a research population of, say, less than 10 people, studies extrapolating possible effects based on a completely unrelated finding, plausible mechanisms of action with no studies providing any concrete evidence whatsoever, or just some bullshit made up. Creatine is the exception, with thousands of studies spanning over decades demonstrating its efficacy and the fact that it is dirt cheap. It, along with whey protein, are probably the only two supplements worth investing in. What is creatine? Creatine is a repository of immediately available energy stored in muscle tissue that binds ATP. ATP is the biochemical energy that drives all metabolic processes. The more creatine you have in your muscles, the larger the reserve supply of immediately available energy that can be used to fuel the short, intense efforts typical of weightlifting. Creatine gives you a little more stored energy to push out a little more work with each set, indirectly causing you to get stronger by allowing you to do more. The storage of creatine also pulls water into the muscles, not only making them look fuller, but also contributing to anabolic signaling. Creatine formulations and dosing. Creatine monohydrate is well studied and well tolerated, but there are other, more expensive formulations that don't work as well, but claim to create less bloating. Interestingly enough, study participants given placebo experienced gastrointestinal distress in much the same way as those who were actually given creatine, hinting at a strong psychological component to this commonly reported side effect. At the recommended dose of 5 grams a day, most people tolerate it just fine. Although there are common protocols of loading creatine at 20 grams a day initially, this is unnecessary, as taking 5 grams a day consistently will eventually saturate muscles without risking the gastrointestinal side effects that are more closely associated with high doses. Weight gain with creatine. Besides the claims of bloating, which are probably exaggerated, the average of about 5 pounds of weight gain that occurs when you start creatine supplementation sometimes causes concern. Keep in mind that this is water weight, as increased creatine storage inside of your muscles also pulls in water. Additionally, since the extra weight is stored as water in your muscles and not in adipose tissue, your physical appearance will tend to improve because your muscles will appear fuller. Creatine and kidney function. While creatine is not harmful to the kidneys, it does change the lab values used by clinicians to monitor kidney function. There's a chance that you will have an elevated BUN and creatinine level if you are taking creatine, so it is important to let your provider know you are on it. Other than that, creatine monohydrate is safe, effective, and yet another supplement I recommend across the board.